that was like the best feeling ever. Like, I have to keep going. I love doing this. To get to actually step in a ring with her was like, how is this happening to me?
Welcome back to Grapple Theory. Thanks so much for joining us once again. And this week, we're joined by an international talent who's been based here in the UK for quite a while and is really making waves. Welcome to the show, Lil Marz. Lil Marz, what are we talking here in terms of like, what do I refer to you at?
My name is Marz, so you can call me that, or you can call me by my ring name, Little Marz, whatever suits.
Other Marz, it's shorter, isn't it, if we're saying it a lot? But It's great to have you here. Welcome to the show. I always start by asking people about like sort of like how their last 12 months in wrestling has been. For you, I feel like the answer would be whirlwind. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, I think as you were saying that question, I was thinking chaotic, whirlwind, definitely spontaneous.
Which is good. It keeps you on your toes, right? It keeps you on your toes. But like your last year has been hectic. Like looking at what you've done. So what is it? So starting 2024 in Australia, and then around this sort of time last year, you went to what, Japan, then America, then over here? Or
Yes.
was it back to Japan?
If you want to go back, my first international trip was May last year. So since then, it was Japan, America, Japan, America, Japan, UK.
A little bit of travel then, racking up the air miles.
Yeah. I actually I booked my first ever points flight on my last Japan trip, and it was certainly I was like, this is crazy. I never thought I'd be that person who's booking flights with points. That's insane.
Was that a good feeling? Like being like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Getting a free flight was really cool. I mean, kind of free, but free flight.
Cheaper, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. It's great to see, like, you've really been putting in the work. I mean, like, take me back to last year, like before any international trip, like, because you've been making a name for yourself in Australia, but I know that, again, having spoken to a lot of Australian talent here on the podcast, that it is a bit of a closed shop, Australia. It is really tough to get reps and get noticed because there's so many cities, but they're so far apart that it's so hard to really get plenty of bookings like week in, week out. What was the catalyst for you to be like, okay, like 2024, 25, I'm going to be the world traveler?
That's a really great question. So it didn't really happen in one decision. So basically for me, I had set this goal when I first debuted. I was like, I want to wrestle interstate once in a year, in the 12 months. And I was very thankful that Renegades of Wrestling in Melbourne booked me a day before the year to the date. So I was booked exactly 364 days interstate from my debut. And that was like a really great experience. I got to wrestle someone who I really like appreciate as a wrestler, and I got to wrestle in a company that I really like, I've come to really love. And I came back from that and I was like, that was like the best feeling ever. Like going to a different city and getting to hang out with people that I may have met online, but I don't really know, and get to wrestle in front of a brand new crowd and have people come up to me and say, like, I've never seen you before. Like, I love your character, or I love your gear. Like, that was like, and also getting to have my friends in Melbourne come and see me wrestle. So that was a really great feeling. I came back and I was kind of on cloud nine, and I was like, how do I replicate this again and for longer? And I was really lucky in that point in time. I'd known a Filipino wrestler who'd come to Brisbane before, and I sort of was just chatting to him thinking like, okay, I'll start small. Like I'll start in like a place that might be so quote unquote easy. Like I don't want to say it's easy to get to the Philippines, but I was like, there's not a lot of wrestling there either. Like there's not a lot of girls. Maybe I could ask him if I could come to the Philippines. And so I asked him if there were girls, and he basically said, there are, but like, I've traveled a lot. Is there anywhere else you want to go? And shooting for the stars, I was like, well, I'd love to go to Japan one day. And he was like, I have friends in Japan. So I was very lucky to be put in touch with Ice Ribbon, and got the opportunity to go there and train. And I ended up getting put on a show, which was not, I went to train, and they kind of were like, oh, do you want to wrestle for us too? And I was like, me wrestling in Japan? What do you mean? Like, that's crazy. So, and then again, I got back from that trip and I was like, oh, I really, really loved that too. Like I loved going there and training and kind of stumbling upon the opportunity to wrestle. So then pretty much after getting back from Japan, it was like, well, how do I keep going and how long can I do this for? So I think it was 6 or 7 weeks later, I was on a flight to America to go and train there, and it just snowballed from there. Like it was just kind of like every time I was like, I have to keep going. I love doing this. And that was it. I just going.
just can't sit still. Just like just got the itch right straight away, and then
Yeah.
you're like can't sit still for a second.
Yeah, pretty much. It feels like every time I think, "Oh, I'm a little bit tired, maybe I'll just go home for, like, a month or 2," something happens, and I'm like, "No, that's I have to keep going." Like, whether it's I meet, like, a community that I'm like, "I have to go back there," or whether I get an opportunity to wrestle on something I consider a big deal, like, whatever it is, there's always something that I guess reminds me, like, "No, you have to keep going," and I just keep going.
Yeah, yeah, push yourself, right, as well, because, like, that's again, that's how you get your name out there, that's how you keep getting those reps, right?
Yeah, that's
Then when you eventually, like, go back to Australia, you're gonna go back as a hotter commodity because of it, because you've done all these reps everywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I try not to look at it like that because I feel like I'm still pretty new and I'm still little old me and I don't ever want to walk into somewhere like I'm a superstar because I'm not. But I definitely do. Every time I go home, I kind of feel that a little bit. Like I feel I was really lucky to go down to Adelaide and I was like one of my friends down there like asked. I think she asked. I assume she asked to wrestle me. But they were like really excited to have me there, and I had people telling me that I've inspired them to travel, and I was like, this is wild. Like, I'm kinda just crazy. I don't know if you guys noticed.
It's come up a little, it's come up a little. Like, clearly it's working for you, right? And that's amazing, and again, like, going to all these different countries as well gives you that broad learning experience of wrestling, right? In terms of not just getting the reps in the ring, but, like, again, with training, it gives you all these different styles that you then become versed in and, like, knowledgeable about.
100%. So I'm someone who I don't really like I'm not a learner by watching. Like, even when I was at uni, I couldn't, like, watch a lecture and take it in. I'm a learner by doing. So trying to, like, Google Brit Rest was, like, really difficult.
Mm.
Coming to England and seeing it and training it and wrestling with people who do it has shown me a plethora of what it's about, and now I understand it. So yeah.
I was gonna say, like, as a UK-based podcast, as well, how have you found it over here? Like, because it seems like, again, I think like you really first came to my attention with your work over here and in Europe, and like it's been incredible. Like some of the matches you've had, like some of the shows you've been on, it must be really rewarding to have like done so much in that time.
Yeah, I think I posted the other day and said it's been nothing short of magnificent, and that's like I am still kind of processing how I've managed to get to do all the things that I have in just such a short amount of time. Like I again thought I would come here and train and maybe do a couple of shows. But yeah, to get to wrestle WXW in my first couple of weeks and even back to like the other day getting to wrestle Rhio, who when I was trying to Google Brit Rest, she was one of the people I found and I was like, she's so cool. To get to actually step in a ring with her was like, how is this happening to me?
I was gonna say that must have been a cool experience, just in terms of like, yeah, Rio is, I think the star at the minute over here. Rio is the name. I think
Mhm.
that like everyone wants to face that is like at the top of the ladder.
100% the leader of the pack, you might say.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. So, I in the last like year, I've also sort of realized like I always kind of wrestled like I do like arm drags and like swanton bombs and stuff like that. I always kind of wrestled that style. And over the last year, especially with my time in Japan, I've realized that I'm actually kind of a tiny powerhouse. Um, so getting to wrestle someone who is like known for being a powerhouse, and one of the best at it in I think on the independents in the world right now is was it was really cool, and I feel like I learned a lot from her.
Yeah, which is amazing. And like you say, like the powerhouse thing is really cool because again, like you see like not just with yourself, but with a lot of wrestlers, like the smaller wrestlers, everyone like, oh, like they're the high flyer, they're really agile, stuff like that. But like to be able to be the powerhouse as well, to be able to have that muscle and be able to like just beat the shit out of someone as well, like is a really cool, like strong quality to have.
Yeah, yeah, I think, the more I get into it, the more I like, yeah, kinda learn, like, throwy and slammy type moves, the more I'm like, "I actually really love this." Like, I love high flying. It takes the life out of you. Like, those guys in Mexico, I don't know how they do it for as long as they do because it's crazy, but wrestling like a powerhouse is something I've grown to really love, and now I'm kind of exploring it more recently.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, like again, by the time this goes out, well, as we're recording, you're still over here. By the time this goes out, you will have left. But like, what's next for you in your travels? Like, where are you thinking is next?
Yeah, so I am actually going back over to Japan in December. December. So first, I'm doing a little bit of travel around Australia. I'm going to wrestle for Renegades, who I mentioned before. I've got a show in it's actually in Coffs Harbour, but it's for my home promotion in Brisbane. But they're doing like a traveling show. And then over to Iceland in Japan for the sort of December, January period, gonna do Japanese Christmas, which is really exciting.
Christmas in Japan would mean KFC for Christmas, right? Like, because that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah. So funnily enough, when I was a little kid, my mom was like, "What do you want to eat on Christmas?" And I was like, I was a 5-year-old kid. I was like, "I want to eat KFC." So it's actually a running tradition with me and my mom that when on Christmas we eat KFC.
You were built for it. You were
Wh-
built for Japan.
Yeah. So when I heard that that was the tradition in Japan, I was like, "Stop it! Like, this is my jam."
You
Uh,
just knew, just there subconsciously. It was always there.
yeah, I guess I was meant to be there.
It's meant to be amazing. I love that. I love that, and that's a cool way to spend Christmas as well. Like getting to do that, wrestle and stuff like that is amazing. Like again, talk to me about coming back over here. What have been like your highlights over here in terms of not just for you, Faith, but like just the experience in terms of like the culture and where you've been and like just hanging out here.
Yeah, I really love England. Like I really obviously I've loved all of Europe. Um, but in all the places I've been, like I love Japan, I love America, but I have never felt so at home in a new country because I mean, people keep running the joke that obviously Australia is a Commonwealth country. So I'll say like I was at the pub with my friends the other day and I was like, "Oh, just checking like is a meat pie like pastry with meat and a case on top?" Because obviously, if you order a pie in America, you get a pizza.
Yeah.
And someone, this is a terrible joke, but someone made the joke, "Yeah, we have meat pies because you have meat pies because we gave them to you." And I was like, "That's really true." But yeah, it's very similar to Australian culture. Like the language, like the colloquial language you guys use is very similar. So I feel very at home here.
Yeah, which is good. I think like I've spoken to a few like Aussie wrestlers who feel the same where like again, like you say, just culturally it's a lot more similar than like Australia and America or the UK and America, like in terms of like the humor and like the way we talk and things like that. Like the way you interact with people is a lot more similar. So it feels like it's a lot easier to get on with people, like making that connection.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I always tell people in America, like, because they're all America, I feel like is very dad jokes, like, but
Yeah.
it's jokes, whereas Australia, you just kinda tell people they suck, and that's funny. And I've found that in England too, like, that's very, like, you just kinda tell your friends they suck and everyone laughs, and I'm like, "I understand this joke. I know what's going on now."
Yeah, I get it. I get it. What have you had like I saw like the other day you posted that you had your first carvery.
Yes.
How was that?
That was an experience. I was really, really excited to try Yorkshire pudding. I always thought they were like a sweet thing, and then someone told me it was gravy in like bready pastry stuff, and I was like, "Say less, take me there." So yeah, that was really awesome, and just the whole. I had my plate, and I was like, trying. I was like, "It won't fit on the plate." My friend was like, "You're supposed to stack it, silly." And then the ladies in the line, like, just completely random strangers were like, "Yeah, we're stacking ours, stack it up." And I was like, "I love this place. This is great."
Yeah, you gotta have another. You gotta have many more to come.
I'm
What
so
about
lucky.
have you done all the other British classics? Have you done like Nando's, Greg's?
Yep, Nando's, Greg's. I've had many a pint at the pub, which I'm loving. I love that that's just a normal thing to do here because it is in Australia too. Um, oh, what else have I had? I feel like
You had a meal deal?
I haven't had someone commented on my Twitter and was like, "You," or my ex, and was like, "You have to have a meal deal and tell us what you had." But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie to you, I don't love the idea of eating a sandwich from, like, a servo fridge. To
No,
me
no. It depends where you get it from. Like supermarkets, like a Tesco or a Sainsbury's or something like that is like fine. I wouldn't get it from like a corner shop or something like that.
okay. That's another one, Big Tesco. I love Big Tesco.
Yeah, oh, the big Tesco. That's that's like the pinnacle
Yeah.
of British like culture.
Yep. No, Big Tesco is all up my alley. I'll spend, like, an hour in there.
That's where you want to get the meal deal. That's like the classic meal deal.
Perfect, alright.
Yeah, you should definitely also like have you met Doris while you've been over here? Have you been on a show with Doris?
No, I haven't actually. I have seen his work, though. I think he's an incredible wrestler.
So away from the wrestler, like great wrestler, great entrance. Away from that, he's like over here like the king of the meal deal.
Ah,
So so if you get a meal deal, you got to send it to him, and he's the one that rates it.
okay.
Like,
Excellent.
Doris is like the what's the word? He's like the authority on meal deals. Like
Okay, sweet. I'll tweet him. I'll be like,
yeah,
"Doris, I heard you're the guy. Tell me if you'd like my meal deal."
that's how you know it. Yeah, but like recommend like it's so overhyped meal deal. It's so over. It's just a sandwich and a bag of crisps ultimately. But like but people go mad for it. It's the fact that you can get a sandwich in Bag Crisp for like £4 and they're like, oh, it's the best thing ever.
Yep. No, I love that. That's great.
It's not. It's like it's just a sandwich. Don't get your hopes too high. It's literally just a sandwich.
I feel like it's the cultural element of the meal deal though that I
Yes, yeah. It's the culture around the meal deal that makes it the thing, not like what's actually in it.
yes. I love that.
Awesome. Well, no, it's been great, like seeing you over here and seeing you flourish like that. I mean, again, like personally, as someone who's a fan of the promotion, I didn't get to go to the show where you were on because I was ill, but like make your Eve debut, like
Yes.
that's a cool though. That feels like it's over here, like especially speaking to like especially female wrestlers that come over. Like Eve is like one of the ones that you gotta get. Like people want to do like Rev Pro and Progress and like Eve, and that's like the big three.
Yeah, definitely. I posted it on my story and Eve shared it and I was like, oh, now I'm exposed and embarrassed. But I mean, I did tag them and I did put it on my own story, but I was like, I didn't expect the Eve fans to know this. But when I first started training, I was like trying, like I said, I'm not very good at like visually like learning, Googling things, but I found Eve and I was like, I wonder, because this is before I knew anything. And I was like, I wonder if I could wrestle for them one day. Like, I wonder how you get booked by companies like that. Like, knew nothing. So getting to go there and getting to wrestle was like kind of a little bit of like a nod to that in my head. And it was like, that's really cool. Like I literally, and I didn't even really plan. Like obviously I emailed them and I wanted to get booked by them, but I didn't know I was going to be on the show until like a day before. So it was very whirlwind. It was very like, oh my God, I'm here and I'm wrestling for Eve. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, that's like again because you weren't advertised for the show, were you? Like I remember, like just like talking to friends who were there, like while I was sitting at home, being like, "Oh, what's happening?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, Lil Marz is on like in like the gauntlet or something," and I was like, "What? Wait, when did this happen?"
That's so funny. Yeah, it literally happened like the day before. Yeah, it was like they already announced that one. That was one of the first ones they announced like immediately after the last show. And I got a message from the promoter like the day before saying, if you want to jump in the absolute chaos scramble, then we can put you in it. And I was like, say less. I'm in.
And it was chaos. It did seem chaos.
Yeah, we had 6 girls and Dobby.
That's a mirror though. That's peak Amira. That like that was the other thing coming out of that show. People were like, Amira's here dressed as Dobby, and I was like, what? Like, what are you on about?
I think it was so funny seeing all the tweets afterwards because she was like, in her mind, and I got it. She was like, "It's Halloween, obviously." But everyone was like, "Why is Amira Dobby?"
Like I said that as well, and I'm like, because in my mind, Halloween, like I'm not one of these people that like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm not one of these people that's like Halloween's the whole month of October. It's not. Halloween is like the day and like a few days building up to it, like. But like
Yep.
early October costume is like that's wild to me. I'm like, no, that's not Halloween.
That's so funny. No, I think it was like the most over thing in that match, though. I don't know if you've watched it, but Dobby got a sock and everything. Like it was.
Yeah, it's tough to top. That's the problem there. Amira's just there like topping everything. Like you're out there putting your body on the line in the ring. She's just there with a mask on and getting all the shit.
No, it was so fun though. I'm so glad we had her in that doing Dobby of all things because I think like although the match was chaos, it really brought like a weird random storyline to the match. Like Dobby was in there for some reason, and then Dobby got a sock, and then we all beat up Dobby.
How could you? How could you beat up Dobby?
I know I'm a big Dobby fan. Like I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and I always really felt for Dobby, so it was tough. But Dobby did give me 10 punches in the corner, so
It's tricky, isn't it? Because like if you're a Harry Potter fan as well, it's sort of like, is that like a badge of honor? You'd be like, yeah, I've been beaten up by Dobby. Hell yeah.
I didn't even think about it like that. But you're so right. It is. Put that on.
Not many people can say that. Who can say that in wrestling? That Dobby's beat the hell out of them.
It's true. I don't know if anyone can.
Like that might be just you. Like that could be just you.
Possibly. Me and the other girls, because she gets 10 punches in every corner. So me, 3 other women in one match.
Okay, that's all right. That's less than a handful, right?
Yeah, that's it.
What joy! Incredible. No, Amira's just like a delight over here. Like the energy she brings is fantastic. She's always doing something mental.
Yep. I have picked that up. I'm good friends with Zoe Lucas as well. And I was like, but which one's pretty and which one's psycho? And very quickly, they're both beautiful. But very quickly, I worked out where the psycho came from.
Oh no, see, I would say as watching as a fan, I would say they're both.
Both. I love that.
Here it feels like they're both a little psycho.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I mean, but maybe Zoe's not because she's just a girl after all.
She is just a girl.
She's just a what?
But either way, yeah, they're both incredible at the characters they play, and been really fun working with them and getting to know them. Like Zoe was obviously already my friend, but I only just met Amira. She's lovely. She's so much fun in and out of the ring.
Is well, like I just because knowing this from what I saw on Instagram, like is Zoe just as insane like when you went to Disneyland?
She loves Disney so much. Like I thought I was a Disney adult. She's a Disney adult.
There's a
I
lot. There's a lot of Disney adults over here in Britain.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was fun though. She has I don't know how see, I feel like I worked in an office for like 7 years, so I've got like a bad back and we're walking around. Gets to a point of the day where I'm like moving slowly because my back is so sore and she's like, let's do this, let's do it. But yeah, it was so much fun going to Disney with her because she is so into it.
Yeah, yeah, like knows like everything.
Yep. Yep. We both got little like I've got them here actually. Oh, sorry. Got these guys for like
Oh yeah, Stitch is top tier as well. Like Stitch is S tier. Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
in Disney, like
He's my favorite Disney princess.
did you do like how do I call it? Is it like meet and greets? Did you do any meet and greets? You know,
We didn't do any meet and greets. My whole thing was I like seeing the castle, so we spent a good while at the castle. We went on a couple of rides. The Indiana Jones ride was shut, which was a bit disappointing, but we went on like Space Mountain and God, I can't remember now. I get hit in the head a lot. But yeah, we went on some fun rides. We got plenty of Disney merch. Ate lots of Disney food, Mickey shaped only.
no, of course, obviously, right? Yeah, it
Yeah.
tastes better that way.
If it's not Mickey shaped, I don't want it.
Yeah, like why would you not eat food shaped like a mouse's head?
Exactly. I think like comparing it to Tokyo, Tokyo has more Disney like Mickey shaped food, but the Mickey shaped food in France was still really good.
Yeah, nice, awesome. I love that. I love that. What would be like in terms of again, just from your travel overall, like would the UK be like your favorite place that you've been? Like I know you said it's most home, but like if you're talking favorites, would it still be the favorite, or like did you prefer somewhere else?
Oh, that's a really tough one. I feel like it's so hard because I obviously have a very like big affinity to Japan because that's kind of where it all started for me. I love going to Ice Ribbon. I love seeing all my friends in Japan. I feel like I have people who like Hartley Jackson is a really big mentor to me and he's in Japan, so it's really nice to go there and get to train with him and just talk about wrestling with him. I think Japan's one where it's like I love it, but I also love going back and forth. I don't know if I would be able to stay there for the rest of my life. Like I might move there for a couple of years at some point, but I don't know if I would stay there forever. Whereas England, I feel like I could stay here forever if for some reason I had to or was going to. So yeah, and that said, I also love America too. America's just crazy though. America's like a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah, America's ridiculous. America is like I don't know, like as an Aussie, maybe you can tell me, but it feels like again size wise, it feels more like Australia, except like there's I guess it's like I was gonna say closer between major cities, but it's not really. It's still quite a way between major cities. But like the culture's different as well.
Yeah, I always say, I describe America like, well, I mean, I used to say this before I went to America, and going there confirmed it for me. But I used to think of America as like a really big playground, and then I went there, and I was like, yeah, it's a really big playground. Um, I think the thing I really love about America is that it's like you have this like massive country, and every state is so different. Like every wrestling scene is so different. There's the West Coast, the East Coast, the Midwest, and the South, and they're all like Texas is kind of a thing of its completely own.
Texas is just its own entity, like yeah.
And then the West Coast is so different to the East Coast, and the Midwest is so different to both of them. Like it's so hard to say like a favorite because I feel like everywhere's got its own thing. Maybe I just have like commitment issues when it comes to where I'm gonna stay.
But that's the thing, you can shop around, right? You don't need to be committed to just one country.
Yeah, that's it. I think if I could do this forever, I would like just continue to hop around.
And maybe you can, right? Who knows? Who
Yeah, never say never.
exactly. I mean, like, if we're looking forward to the future again, like you said, like in terms of like what you might be doing, but in terms of again, by the time this comes out, you would have left the UK. But are there any names over here or like out in America that like you hadn't faced yet, and you're like, that's got to be like top of the list for next time?
Ooh. There is one, I say it in every single interview, and she knows it. I've said it to her face. I've said it to her promotion. I've said it to everyone that will listen. But my North Star is Kylie Ray. When it comes to the indie, she was one of the first indie people I ever found, and I love that she's able to do a happy character and still make it badass. And if I ever got to wrestle her, I mean, I don't want to say this because it's not totally true, but I always say I could hang up my boots after that, but I couldn't, let's be real. But that is when I get to wrestle Kylie Ray, I'll have to come up with a new life goal, I guess.
Yeah, then you'll be like, what's next? What do I do now?
Yeah, what do I do now? I have no idea, but there's so many people back here in the UK where it's like, all the girls in the scramble, I would love to wrestle them. I would love to get to wrestle Rhio again, maybe in like 6 months when I've improved a little bit more and I can, because I feel like I learned so much from her and I would love to wrestle her again and be like, look what I've done with all you taught me. Look at all these things I know now. Kanji's obviously up there, though I don't know I would be able to bend the way she needs me to.
She would make you. She'd get you there. Like,
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps saying. I was like, I don't think I could bend for Kanji, and they're like, oh, she'll bend you.
yeah, still make it happen. Like,
Yeah. The girls in Hyperactive, I kind of got not close with them, but like I got to know them a little bit when we were in Germany and then in Spain and France, and they're lovely, both of them. So that would be really cool to wrestle one or both of them. And obviously I want to wrestle Zoe because she's my friend. Yeah, too many to name.
yeah, no, it's a good list though. It's a good list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What about in terms of, again, like you talk about moving forward? Actually, sorry, like I was going to say that brings us into a nice little feature that we've got here on the podcast. We got to know about you in the ring. We're going to get to know a bit about you outside the ring now, because this is called Anatomy of a Pro Wrestler, and it's essentially just what makes you you.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you some questions, and you let me know what comes to mind.
All right.
So the first one is, what is your favorite post pinfall pig out?
My post pinfall pig out. I'm all about just like a McDonald's. Like I feel like it's tried and true. I worked at Macca's when I was a teenager, so I know it like the back of my hand.
What you look for?
Really simple. I'm like a double cheeseburger, like medium chips and a Coke Zero or a water, depending how I'm feeling that day.
No, so it's post pinfall, right? You've had a show. You can treat yourself to a Coke, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never drink regular Coke, but if I have like a Coke Zero, that's a good one.
Oh, I like Coke Zero. Coke Zero is the one for me as well. Like, I feel like Coke Zero is better than Diet.
I was gonna say, I feel like people that drink diet over Coke Zero are kind of insane.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why you would. Also, Coke Zero tastes more like Coke.
Exactly. You get me.
No, yeah, Diet Coke people are weird.
Yes.
Like, Coke was the only option. I get it, fine. But once Coke Zero came out, you're like, what are you doing?
100%. There were places in America that only sold Diet Coke, and I would get it, but it definitely tasted different. I was like, this tastes like a Diet Coke.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. It's funny. They're not all three based. Just the first two are. But the next one is that it's the classic. Like, what would your death row last meal be?
Oh, I would probably have to be like a steak and like a really good medium rare steak and some like roast potatoes and gravy.
Nice. Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'm glad with your steak like cooking as well. We've had too many people here say they like their steak well done, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's weird behavior.
Yeah, that's not sure about that. I mean, I kind of get the whole like crispiness, but I feel like if it's a well done one, it'll be like crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside.
Exactly. Like we've established here basically that like like check the hard drive behavior is well done steak with a Diet Coke is like that's something that's sketchy. That's weird.
Something wrong there.
Just brilliant. The next one is what is the song that gets you the most hype?
Oh my God, these are so hard. Song that gets me the most. Can I quickly check my Spotify?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm a big Swiftie. I go through like phases.
Is that like, I mean, I know it's an everywhere thing because she's huge, but like every Aussie wrestler I've spoken to just loves Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, I know Shaz is a big Swiftie as well. I don't know about the other girls.
No, she has. I know Kingsley and Shay Cassidy are.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I think like she's just larger than life and she does transcend so many genres that it's not even like, oh, well, I don't like pop. It's like, okay, here's her like 3 folk albums. Oh, I don't like folk. Like, okay, well, here's her country album. So it's really hard to not like her unless you just don't like, I guess, her, which is, she has a whole Billboard to Artist of the Decade speech about that. Go check it out. So at the moment, my like top song I've been playing is from her new album, Fate of Ophelia.
I've heard mixed things about like this is it's like big discourse on social media.
Yeah, it's different. It's different for her. But for example, the last Japan trip I went, the song of choice at that time was "Manchild" by Sabrina Carpenter. So that was kind of like my song that I kept listening to. Um, but yeah, I don't really have one song. It's just whatever the song of choice is.
Sure.
On Twitter shows, I love to listen to like happy, boppy music though. Like I like my heavy metal. I like, alternative sort of stuff as well. But that's not really the stuff I would listen to pre-show because,
Sure.
like, my character is so happy, so it helps me get, like if I'm, like, dancing in the car, I'm, like, having a great time, it helps me get in the zone, you know?
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, yeah. Metal's not like the bubbly genre.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
no, I get that. That's nice. That's nice. The next one is what is the movie that you show the locker room?
Ooh, I'd show the locker room if I was, like, having a movie night and they all
Yeah.
came. I mean, outside of, like, the whole Harry Potter franchise, one of my favorite movies of all time is Bring It On, the original one. I love that. I watched it, like, I think every day for, like, 2 years of my childhood. I
That is a real throwback. That is. I've not heard that film in.
Yeah. So funny too, because when I say that to people, they're always like, "Oh, Shibuya," and I'm like, "No, no, that's number 3. I'm talking the original one, like Kirsten Dunst, like the OG Bring It On."
That's a real throwback film.
Yeah.
That's a real throwback film.
I still to this day, it's a comfort film for me. I love watching it.
Makes me feel old because I just remember like everyone was watching it in school.
Yeah, that shows my age, doesn't it? I was like a little kid when it came I think it actually came out. I would have been like a baby, but I watched it like I was 5 or 6, I think, when I first saw it, and it was just
I think I would have been older than that. Oh, that's upsetting. But no, it's a good choice. It's a good choice. The next one is what was your first job?
Oh, my first job. Oh, my first technically speaking, my first job, I worked in a fish and chip shop around the corner from my house. But I always count my first job as when I worked at McDonald's, which is like maybe 6 months to a year later. Because
Why why does the fish and chip shop not count?
it was such a like just not official operation. Like, it was like I went down there one day and was like, "I wanna work here." And he was like, "Okay." And he paid me like $20 for like a 2-hour shift on a Monday. It wasn't like a real job where I got paid into my bank account. It was just like, "Oh, I have my own money now." And then from there, I was like, "How do I get more?" And so I started working at Macca's, and then towards the end of high school, I was working at Macca's like 30 hours a week after school. So I count that as my first real job.
The grind early, like
Yeah.
forget that's starting like that's grinding super young. Like
Yeah, yeah. So I did a lot of competitive sport when I was younger. My mum was a gymnastics coach, so all I ever knew was after school we go and work at something, you know. After school we go to the gym and work on our gymnastics, or we work on our dance, or we work on our roller skating. So then when I got a little bit older and I wasn't doing sport anymore, I sort of didn't know what to do with myself. So I just got a job and asked for all the shifts in the world and ended up, yeah, working 35 hours a week at Macca's
fair enough.
after school.
Did any of those other sports ever like strike you? Could we be in like a parallel universe? Could you be doing like something very different now?
Yeah, I don't know if like, I don't know if any of them like things I loved roller skating. So I was an artistic roller skater, so random. But I think the problem with that sport is it was just so small. Like I went to I think national level with my team, and there was only after national it was like Oceania's Worlds, and I was like kind of getting to a point. It's also a very expensive sport, like very, very expensive. Because it is so small. It's not one you can get like sponsorship deals or anything. So I was kind of in this position where like I have a single mom and it was kind of like there was only so far I could go at that point in my life with it. My mom would have loved if I continued with gymnastics because she obviously is a gymnastics coach, wanted nothing more than to have a star gymnast daughter. But that one just wasn't really for me. Like I was good at it, good enough at it, but I'm too ADHD, too crazy for the like I guess I don't want to say too crazy for the discipline because I'm obviously very disciplined, but it's very like stand still, do what you're told. It's very
There's
like
less creativity with it. Like really, it's very like a more of a basic form.
yeah, definitely. So I think yeah, roller skating I loved. It was like my first like love, you could say. And I think I always compare like flying from the top rope to the same feeling as like rolling around a concrete slab with wheels on your feet. It's the same sort of like high you get from it. So
Transition though. You're the powerhouse now, right? You can go into like roller derby or something.
yeah, yeah. Well, everyone always says when I say roller skating, they're like, "Oh, like derby," and I'm like, "No, no, more like figure skating but on wheels."
You should give derby a go.
I would love to say yes, but I also think like my sister was big into derby, and those girls are they're their own kettle of fish. They're like, it's a whole other thing. I don't know if that would I say that as someone who fake fights for you know, but that's like real contact.
Yeah.
I compare that more to like MMA. They're
Mm.
crazy. They're trying to like hurt you.
Like
Um,
proper yeah.
I feel like I'm a little bit delicate in that way where I liked my jumps and spins, and it was still a dangerous sport doing like artistic roller skating, but there wasn't someone out there trying to like push me over, you know?
Unless you were just that good. You were that good that everyone was just gunning for you, like, gotta get it down.
Yeah, maybe. If it had been, like I said, if there was more opportunity in it, I probably definitely would have continued with it. And it just maybe someone would have like kicked my skate out from underneath me.
Just real, proper vicious, proper vicious. Well, not how we got onto this, but I was curious as well. Fish and chips in Australia or over here? Yeah, have you had a fish and chips over here?
No, that's actually the only thing left on like my conscious list of English food I need to have. Is fish and chips. So can't.
Why are you here? I'm not like trying to dox you or anything, but like, are you based like on the coast or anything?
Yeah, I'm down in Portsmouth, so
Maybe, yeah. Coastal fish and chips is always better.
yeah, I did have a chip buddy at the seaside the other day, as you guys call it. It was a little bit sad. It didn't have many chips in it, but it was really good. Like
Okay, right.
I was told when I showed photos to English people, they were like, "No, you can get a better one than that."
Yeah, you need at least like 20 or something.
Yeah.
Proper stat.
Yep.
Like some advice, I'd say like while you're here, like hour down the coast on the train is Brighton, which is where I like grew up.
Yep.
That's where you should go for fish and chips. But
Okay.
I'm a little biased, but like Brighton's the place in the
Okay.
south.
Yep. We have a Brighton in Australia, and we have like these bathhouse boxes on the beach, and so when I
Oh well, yeah, yeah.
oh, you do have that? 'Cause I
Yeah,
was
yeah. Like the little white beach huts.
right, right. I feel like that would be a nice little throwback to Australia.
Yeah, no, you should. Yeah, I'd recommend. There's lots of those.
That's fun.
Love that. The next one is what is your greatest fear?
Ooh, my greatest fear. I am not really this sounds bad. I'm not really afraid of anything. It was actually a comment that was made to me the night of my debut. I don't know if you know a man named Istria, but he's originally a Queenslander and he now wrestles and trains and teaches and everything in Adelaide. But he used to come up to my home promotion and everyone's kind of afraid of him, especially in Queensland, because he's a little bit intimidating. He's just very like stoic and I remember, like, putting my hand on his head, just on his head, and being like, "Hi, Istria," and he turned around, he was like, "You're not afraid of anything, are you?" And I was like, "No, not really, unfortunately." I think, yeah, I'm not really the only thing I can think of is spiders. I hate spiders.
Yeah, spiders.
Yeah, especially where I'm from. Spiders are the worst.
I was gonna say like I'd love to go to Australia, but like all I ever see is like the size of the spider. I'm like, nah, maybe not. Maybe.
Enough, like, in Australia, like, obviously, we do have, like, really big spiders as well, but it's actually the little ones.
The more dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, all the smallest things in Australia are the most venomous. That's like a blanket statement, but I feel like it is pretty true.
Yeah.
When I got here, actually, I arrived and I walked through my friend's garden to check out her house, and a spider got on me, and I was like, "Oh my god, a spider, 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 spider," and she was like, "It's not like in Australia, it's okay, you can just flick it off you," and I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, here they're nothing. You're like I mean I still don't like them, but then they're nothing over here.
Yeah, this is news to me.
I love that. The next one is it's the nice end of that basically because it's what's your favorite animal?
Ooh, I love the koala. I
Mm.
put them out everywhere I go because I just like even as a little kid, I like loved koalas. I thought they were so cool.
Koalas are adorable.
Yeah. They're kind of like they're not as I mean, you could go to like a animal park and or like a reserve and hold one. You wouldn't go and pat one in the wild. They're pretty vicious, but they're very cute,
Yeah.
especially babies.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. The next one is what is your favorite place in the world?
Oh, I feel like we touched on this before. I think like outside of wrestling, my favorite place, like, you know, as like a little girl was always New York. And it's still one of my favorite places that I've ever been to. I remember getting off the train and just being like, oh my God, I'm really here. like I'm in New York City. That's cool, and I'd love to go there for a longer period of time if the opportunity ever presents itself.
No, I love that. And then the final one is let's say somewhere you haven't been because it's your dream holiday destination.
Ooh, I think Italy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Italy. I literally just got back from Italy like a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow. I've already like we weren't even back from Disneyland. I said to Zoe, I was like, "Next time we're going to Italy."
Hell yeah. Is there
Okay.
anything in particular like you want to do?
Eat pasta. Eat pasta. I love pasta. It's like one of my favorite foods. So just eat lots of pasta.
Classic. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Nice. There you go. Italy trip with Zoe Lucas. Just
Yeah,
already planned for next time.
that's it.
Love it. I love it. I want to get your views on the Aussie scene as well. Again, because again, you've been away from the scene itself for a while. But like the Aussie scene is something that I'm a huge fan of. Like I think I may even put it on par with like the Brit rest scene in my mind in terms of how much I love it. I think the work that's being done over there is amazing and the way it's grown as well. Because I think again, just from what I've seen and also speaking to wrestlers out there, it's a scene that goes very unnoticed because it's just so far away from everywhere else. But
100.
like it feels like it's growing now. It feels like it's getting eyes on it that aren't just Australian eyes.
Yep, I 100% agree. I think I'm really proud to be an Australian wrestler. It's part of like I said, I go around and give koalas out wherever I go. I'm really proud to be from that scene, and I'm really proud of the work they're doing on a whole level, but also the work they're doing on individual kind of city and state levels is really cool. Like I'm from an area where there really isn't a lot of wrestling. So there's a lot of wrestling in Sydney and there's a lot of wrestling in Adelaide. In Brisbane there isn't as much. There's a couple of schools. My home promotion, my original home promotion only runs 3 or 4 times a year. And like I said, when I go home, they're doing a new venture down in Coffs Harbour. So that brings us up to 6 shows a year, and that's really, really exciting. Really just so proud to see the way everyone kind of puts their hands in and tries to help too. I think it's a scene that, yeah, it's a by the people for the people in that way. I think a lot of what you see is a lot of actual wrestlers getting their hands dirty and just trying to help. So yeah.
No, I love that. And that's the thing, isn't it? Is like I feel like for a long time, because it's gone so under the radar, everyone was like, again, like yourself, like other people like Charlie Evans, I think is like always the main one who like came over here and like made a name for herself over here. But now it feels like you can make a name for yourself in Australia and then go and do stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's I think that is definitely a really new thing, but it is when I go places, I actually got asked when I was at RevPro if I was from like the PWA or the Riot City Wrestling side of Australia, and I was like, actually, I'm from Brisbane, but I have trained at both those places, and I love all of those people. So yeah, it's really cool to hear that people know some of our top promotions. They might not know my original promotion or my original school, but they're places that I've trained and wrestled, and it's really cool to have people in scenes that are so dense, like the Brit Rest scene. There's so much wrestling here. They still know who we are, or at least some of our top promotions. And I do 100% credit that to people like Chevs and Jess Troy and people that have gone out and done this before me. Lena Cross is another one, but they're they've the work they've done has paved the way for so much more to come. And if I make a small contribution to that, then I feel like I've done a good job.
No, for sure. I think like that's the thing is that you going out and doing your traveling and getting your name out there is like something that just benefits the scene as well, right? Because they're like, oh, like I wonder where she's from. Let's check out like her local promotion, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I think that, and like I said earlier, like having people tell me that I inspired them to travel, even if it's just interstate, like that is really cool because I think because of our geographical challenges, a lot of Australians don't consider they're happy to just wrestle in their like city, and that's great. That's awesome. But kind of having people see how easy it is to get your name out there and go do more and to experience the wide world of wrestling. It's a really rewarding feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, do you fancy like making me very happy and when you're back home in Australia, just going and calling out Chevs for the PWA title? That's a match I'd love to see.
She is actually, I didn't mention her before on my like list of people that I haven't wrestled, but she is someone who I think I said this. I don't know if I said this in an interview or I said this to a person, but I've been secretly trying to get someone to book me against her for a very long time. I don't know if she knows this. She will, I suppose, when she sees this. Um, but if she sees this, but I have actually, like, every chance I get, I'm like, at my home promotion when we were doing the Cops thing, I was like, "Could what if Chev's wrestle?" Or like, when I was, wrestling at a regional promotion in Queensland, I was like, "Chev's?" But obviously, yeah, she's very, very busy girl, so fingers crossed one day, I would love to wrestle her.
Yeah, you got to make it more secret though. You got to be like, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, who do you want to face?" And you like slide the paper over the table with the name. That's the this is it.
Yeah, no, I think I've actually so last time I was in Japan, I missed her by, like, a couple of weeks, and I secretly now that I've been to the UK and experienced Brit Wres, so obviously been talking to her about it, and I'm like, "I wonder."
Over here, someone, Dan Reed, Eve, make it happen.
Please,
Bring
please.
it over. That's what we want.
That would be so fun.
We all know that Chevs wants to come back. We all know Chevs is itching to get back over here.
She's always here, like, and I feel like the odds are if I come back for long enough, she'll come back at some point in the time that I'm here.
I mean, again, like this is the thing. Like you like obviously you need to do you, but like if you stayed over here for a year, she would be back at some point. Like,
Exactly.
you wouldn't miss her then, and then it would need to happen.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah.
PWA title, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if she put it on the line for me, that would be crazy talk. But yeah, maybe when I get back, I will do like a little sneaky call out. Like,
Yeah, like go on. You got to like really make her afraid of you. You got to call out North Shore and call them all like twats and you know what I mean, like bastards and
hi,
like
hi, Charlie Evans, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. You should be scared of me, Lil Marz.
yeah. No, but I think she should be, and also especially like Will Kiedis as well. Like Will Kiedis, come on, Will Kiedis. We all know Chevs runs that. We all know Chevs wears the pants on that in that fact.
Absolutely, Chevs is in charge of PWA and North Shore Wrestling.
I want to ask just in terms of the scene because again, it's something that I think PWA is like seen outside of Australia as like the big promotion.
Yeah.
Like, is that the case in Australia? Is like again, where over here it's like you want to work Rev Pro and Progress and Eve, etc. Like, is PWA seen as like the benchmark in Australia where people want to work?
Yeah, I think one of them definitely. I would say PWA Riot City Wrestling would be like the two that people know outside of Australia and the two that people kind of talk about. But I definitely think that being said, like Renegades of Wrestling, EPW, like Pro Wrestling League, these are all just like the talent is on par. The name kind of isn't yet, but I mean it's only going to get better from here. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Well, that brings us nicely to near the end of the chat. We've got one final feature here that we're going to get through, and it's a bit of a quick fire feature. What have you, Mars, build your dream indie wrestler?
Oh, my dream indie wrestler.
Yeah, so we're talking again like keep it indie. No one that's signed, obviously. Unless it's sort of like the sign that you are, you know what I mean? That sort of sign is fine. But like no AEW, no WWE, no TNA, etc. But yeah, I'm going to give you some stats, like a 2K game, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give you the categories, and you let me know who you want for each one.
Okay.
The only rules are you can pick yourself, but you can't pick the same person twice.
Okay.
So the first one is strength.
Strength. Ooh. Strength. Oh man, and I can't pick signed people because I'm like, who is the strongest female wrestler I know? But all of them are all the ones that came to mind. I was like, they've all been signed. Strongest strength. Oh, this is really hard as well because like if I pick someone, then what if they fit a category better later?
That's the tricky part of it.
The tricky.
That's the tricky part of it.
Okay. Do they all have to be women?
No, no. Like you can be like good mix of anything.
Okay. Strength, I'd have to say Ricky South.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good chat. Ricky has got a lot of muscle.
Yep.
Well, it sort of gets hidden a bit because he's such a dick. You know what I mean? Like he comes out, he's such a twat, and you forget, but like you're like, oh, I want to beat the hell out of him, and then you realize it's actually really jacked. You're like, no.
Yeah, he's actually like huge and jacked and like can squish me so quickly, but he doesn't. It's nice.
It's kind of him. That's kind.
Yeah.
The next one is speed.
Oh, Paris to Silva.
Yes. Oh, Paris or Jude, to be fair.
Yeah.
You'd be good either way.
They're both so quick. One time I made Paris. I didn't make him. I asked him politely, but I made him. I was like, "Can you just run as fast as you can for a second?" I made him hit the ropes a couple times because I wanted to see. It was fast.
And you were like, "Damn."
Yeah, it was really fast.
Love that. The next one is technical ability.
Ooh, and I can't use signed. Okay, kanji?
Yeah,
Yep.
Kanji's a great shout. Kanji is like genuinely, I think, for my money, like top 3 technical wrestler in the world at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like she's just like a girl, like a female Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, that's the dream match. Like over here, that's the match everyone wants to see.
Really? I feel like that's not a far, like, stone's throw either, like, getting Kanji versus Zack Sabre Jr. was
So, like, we thought it was going to happen this past like August at Forbidden Door weekend when they came over. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's going to happen. Someone's going to book it," and no one booked it, and now we'll
missed opportunity, maybe next year.
someone, someone get it. The next one is charisma.
Charisma. Lena Cross. I love that she oozes that, like, cool confidence, like, I feel like it's so subtle, and I just love it.
Like effortless, like
Yeah.
effortless.
Effortless is the word.
Yeah, it's just so easy for it.
Yep.
Nice, I like that. The next one is promo ability.
Or mobility. Hmm. I feel like I've just picked Australian wrestlers, but I really love a good Charlie Evans promo.
Yeah, Chevs is great,
Yeah.
right? Like that's the thing. You say you just Australian wrestlers, but like there's a reason for that, right? Like
Yeah.
you got the talent over there, and Chevs on the mic is incredible.
So good. So good. I believe it. I buy it.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. The next one is high flying.
Ooh, high flying. Hmm. That's a tough one because I've already picked Paris.
I was gonna say there you could say Paris.
Yeah, I could also say Paris there. And Jude doesn't high fly as much as Paris, so I feel like it's not the spot for him. Hmm. High flying. Oh my god, this is a tough one. Starboy Charlie.
Oh yeah, that's a great shout.
Yeah, I feel like he is another one where it's just like he does stuff and I'm like, how?
Yeah,
Like that's not even physically like that doesn't even make sense.
it just defies gravity. It defies anything.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever saw a Starboy Charlie match was in Japan, and then I went to West Coast after that and saw that that's just like he'll just be like in the ring one day and you'll just start jumping around and it's like, what are you made from?
Yeah, like what's happening here? What is this?
Bones. You're made from something else.
Love that. The next one is ring gear.
Ring gear. I can't pick her again, but I've always said I love Charlie Evans gear.
Charlie Evans. It's a shame you said her. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie Evans, for my money, Charlie Evans has the best ring gear in indie wrestling.
Yep. I think I'm gonna pick myself for that one because I think my gear maker and I have made some serious magic out of like the ideas I've given her, and we've really kind of got a groove. So, Little Mars.
No, I love that. I love that. You are a vibe. Like your ring gear is great.
Oh, thank
And,
you.
like you pull it off brilliantly.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I would say I love playing dollies. That's like one of my favorite parts of being a wrestler outside of the ring is the gear. So yeah, that's me.
Uh, only a couple more. The next one is finisher.
Finisher. Hmm. I'm trying to think of what people's finishes are. What do people use? Oh my god, this is the hardest one yet because I'm like, I don't know what people I've already said everyone whose finishes I like would really know, like off the top of my head.
In my mind, I thought, well, like, does the backslide girls backslide? Does the backslide count as a finisher? Is that a finisher?
I mean, I guess so. It's not my favorite though. It's not my favorite. I feel like
I don't know one kicks out of it. They're just that good at it.
yeah. I love Jess Troy's finisher. Like that's a fun
Yeah. Jeff has a great one.
yeah.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. And the final one is entrance music.
Entrance music.
Well, let's say sorry, no, not entrance. Like the entrance overall.
Entrance overall. Actually, can I change the finisher?
Yeah, go on.
Because I feel like as I said Jess Troy, now I'm like Shaz and McKenzie's finisher is obvious. I mean, I love Jess Troy's too, but Shaz is so Shaz. Like, I love how much that suits her character. So maybe like half of each, and I'll take both of those names out as people I can no longer use.
Okay, that's fair. I'll allow that.
And entrance, I mean, this is a recent one, but I have to go Zoe Lucas because I think that when she comes out, she like whether she's got the fan, whatever it is, like the wind in her hair, like she really is just a girl. And I wish I could do that.
No, love that. That's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
That's a really good wrestler.
Yep.
We're talking like taking over the scene kind of stuff here.
I think yeah, that's like once in a lifetime talent to be able to do all those things at the caliber of all of those people.
Exactly. Although, like, I'm just imagining, like, I don't know, like, you said, like, the speed. Like, just imagine like a Paris de Silva, but where you're as jacked as Ricky Styles. Like, I'm trying to mash that together in my head. I'm like, oh, this is weird.
Surely, I mean, I have seen Ricky South do a moonsault, not on a show, but I've watched him just get up one day and do a moonsault in training. So never say never.
Amazing. Brilliant. Well, that brings us to near the close of recording. Mars, I've got one final question for you, but it's not a question that I've thought of because we have a closing tradition here on the podcast where our last guest leaves a question for our next guest without any context. So you're not allowed to know who left you the question. And yeah, I can't tell you who left you the question. They didn't know they were leaving it for you either. So it's very out of context.
Okay.
So the question you've been left is, oh, this is a good one. So, Monster Ultra, the white monster, is like the staple of indie wrestling.
Yep.
But if you had to describe your character as a monster flavor, what would it be?
Ooh, like, as in I have to pick a monster flavor that exists or I get to make one up?
That I didn't ask them. I should have gone to clarify that. I'm going to say you can make one up.
Okay. I feel like if I had to make up a monster flavor for myself, it would be a combination between it'd be like a sour bubble gum.
Ooh.
Sour.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's terrible, that is. I think Monster should consider that.
Yeah, sponsor me.
Ah, the one wrestler that gets sponsored by Monster at some point is going to be the envy of everyone.
Yeah, well, Charlie Evans has a monster tattoo, so I think she's got dibs on it first.
She's like first in line.
Yeah, I mean that's commitment to the cause.
Yeah, that's the love of Monster right there.
I love it.
Love that. Brilliant. Well, Lil Marz, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been really fun. So yeah, thank you.
It's been great chatting. Congratulations on everything you've been doing. It's amazing to see what you've done the last year or so and like how much you've done, how many places you've been and what you continue to do and how you're improving. It's really incredible.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Well, of course, we always end our chat by giving our guests the final word. So from you, Lil Marz, if someone comes to see you on a show over here in the UK, in America, in Japan, in Australia, anywhere you might be, if you're on a show and someone comes to check you out, why is Lil Marz going to steal the show?
I think the big thing that I love to give, and I hope the crowd pick up about me, is just that I'm so happy to be there. And so if you're coming and you're happy to be there too, then that's all I ask.